Greetings, D&D players, enthusiasts, and observers alike, and welcome back to Chronicles of Kriath. My name is Emma, and I will be your DM today and every day that this wonderful campaign exists. Now, you've met our characters one-on-one and seen their individual journeys to the port town of Rockford. Today, these characters will come together to begin their journey as a party. So, without further ado, let's introduce everyone, shall we? I am going to have you guys roll this time to introduce yourselves, because we did that during our session 0. So, everybody roll a d20.
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah.
D20, okay. Alright, starting off good.
Not too bad.
I got a 9.
16 for Chatwin.
That's a big old 2.
Ooh.
Oh, I also got a 2.
Did I get the
no.
highest again? I got 16.
Oh boy, I think you did.
I'm just so eager to share.
Amazing. Well, take it away, Gia.
So I am Gia. I am playing Chatwin Darcy, my reborn sorcerer. I am very excited to play. I've revamped this character from an old idea that I had and never got to play. And I'm just very excited for everyone to see what I have in store with this character here.
All right. And then, Jeremy, I think you're next with that 9, if both of you rolled 2s.
I wrote a 9. So, hello everyone. I am Damien Travers. I'm a very simple man. I spent most of my life as a blacksmith, making horseshoes and tools for people. And if you have listened to my introduction, you realize that I got shite luck. I got eaten by a monster my first day traveling away from home, so it's good to meet you.
Damien, I think you forgot to pass the mic over to Jeremy.
That's a fair point. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeremy. I am a DM of quite some time. I've been DMing for like 15 years now, and Emma was one of my players, so I'm very excited to play in a game and be a player, not a forever DM, you know?
I get to enact my revenge. It's wonderful. I get to enact my revenge on everybody. Everybody here has DM'd for me, fun fact. So, Nathan, Andrew, both of you rolled 2s?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay, I'm going to need you to re-roll those d20s to
Alright.
do the tiebreaker here.
Alright.
It's a 5.
Ooh.
Okay. It's a 12.
Nice.
So I guess I'm up then. Yes, I'm Andrew. I am a DM for some time now and play in a couple of games. I'm playing Thael Thu, the lizard folk reborn cleric/druid. And I'm really excited for this game. The character's on a journey to, not to sound cliche, but to find himself, because he practically has amnesia. But, yeah, we'll see where things end up, I suppose.
Indeed we shall. Nathan, take it away.
All right. Hi, I'm Nathan, and playing Rubo, a shithead by every meaning of the term. He's he's just kind of a fucker, and that's how he lives his whole life. From one bad situation to the next. That's it. Mic drop.
Alrighty. And with that, I am going to have you guys make your second rolls of the night, technically third for the 2 who had the tiebreaker. And we're going to roll d20s to see who gets to find out what happened after their prequel sessions
Let's
first.
use rainbow dice. Ooh, not bad.
Welp.
Hell yeah.
That is a natural 1.
Indeed.
I'm rolling hot tonight. Watch out.
Get it out early, and
That's a 10.
And I have an 8.
Did I roll the highest again?
Oh my god.
I rolled a 14.
Not the most insane high roll, but yes, you rolled the highest again.
It's just
so-
that everyone else rolls like shit.
Indeed. Indeed.
Oh god.
Don't you worry, lass. I'm gonna roll like shit whenever it comes to the important stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Anyway.
Rolling goods for losers.
I guess so. Anyway, Chatwin, as You walk up to the farm, standing side by side with the shepherd and her flock of sheep, the ones you've become so attached to over this day and a half of travel. Another farmer ducks out of the barn, kind of giving a little wave to the two of you, and Mabel turns and goes, "Well, I think this is where we can say goodbye. I hope I didn't give you too much trouble, or the sheep didn't give you too much trouble. I know we got attacked by wolves and everything. It was a bit insane."
Right. No, sorry. It's weird you're saying you gave me no trouble at all. I'm sorry if I took you by surprise the previous night. But I'm glad you've reached your destination safely, nonetheless.
Of course. And you didn't give me a fright at all. I mean, I've grown up on a farm. I've seen a lot of spiders. It's not a big deal.
Their origins were probably a lot more innocent, though. It's not shocking to see spiders in the corner of a barn. It's shocking to see spiders in someone's face.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying not to focus on that one because you're really sweet and I would rather not. Anyway, and she reaches over to like her side and pulls a coin pouch out of like her pack and goes, "This is for you. This is the 10 golds that I promised. And there's a little extra in there because you were really nice and I haven't enjoyed traveling with someone like that in quite a long time. So thank you."
No, that is very, very, very kind of you. Thank you for your good company as well. Good luck with your sheep. I greatly enjoyed being around animals again.
Of course, and they seem to really like you, so
It's shocking. I'm really surprised that they do. It's no animals don't necessarily. They're not fond of me, so it's a big thing. Yeah. Okay. I'll take the coin purse from her and give her another thank you and goodbye, and pat the sheep again. Just give them some pats as I dawdle off. How much was it? Because I know it was 10 plus bonus.
yeah, she paid you 10 gold and there's 2 silver in there extra.
Hmm.
At that, she kind of like starts as if she forgot to tell you something, just kind of yells from where she was standing and goes, "Oh, if you wanted the best place for room and board in Rockford it's the Stormy Sail Inn and Tavern. That's really the best one. All the others are shite."
Mm. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know how long I'll be in town, but I'd like to sleep in a nice, clean, nice place while I'm here. I appreciate it.
Of course. And if you do stay for a little while and want to come see the sheep again, then we'll be here for a few days. So
I probably will. They're fantastic.
I'll keep an eye out for you. And with that, she finally kind of lets you go with one last wave and then starts herding the sheep into the barn herself.
Great. Fantastic. I suppose I'll wander through town a bit before I try to find that's tavern. Is there like a central like marketplace somewhere where people do their shopping?
Not necessarily a marketplace. As you start to wander into this little town of Rockford, you start to realize very quickly that except for the residents themselves, it's very clear that the one attraction for this place is its ports and the ability to travel here by ship. You wander through and you see a lot of very rickety houses, all kind of bunched up together with uneven streets and alleyways. There are some like little buildings, and someone's tried to set up like a makeshift market off to the side of the docks, but nothing that's there really looks like it's top quality. It's more just people who are struggling to get by who need a couple extra like copper, trying to sell like flea markets where you can get anything from like $1 to $5. Like they're just trying to get rid of old junk
Okay.
and hoping someone will want it.
Then I'm not super. I'm not really looking for anything specific, but I'm looking for a certain kind of shop or store. I have some things to buy. Do they have? Are they? There's one thing on my list that I can try to check out. Do any of these little vendors appear to have any kind of cool hats? Are they selling cool hats?
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check real quick. Why not?
I absolutely will. I want to find a cool hat. It's on my list. I have to get it.
Gia, how fucking dare you buy a cool hat without me? I'm so mad at you right now.
I won't be buying a cool hat without you because I rolled a nat one.
Oh no. Yeah, for the life of you, you've scoured as many vendors as you can, and there are no cool hats to be found.
Damn.
There is one very interesting fisherman with a floppy hat on his head, but he refuses to part with it no matter how much you beg him. And Santhavek in your mind goes, "If you want the hat so bad, just kill him and take it."
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You want the hat, no?
I'm not like some cold-blooded type of. I don't just go around slaughtering and doing whatever I please. That's your thing, and look where it ended you up.
Very fair, but we are not talking about me right now. We are talking about you and your desires.
No, fuck you. I'm gonna march away and I'm gonna go try to find the tavern that Mabel told me about.
All right. And as you head off through the streets looking for the tavern, we cut over to Damien. You, after your very stressful last day at sea, you open your eyes to see the wood of a ceiling above you, of what appears to be a rickety little house. You're in someone's bed, and for a minute you almost think that you're back home and you dreamed the whole thing. But then you realize that this bedroom is not set up like your bedroom. There's a wood stove directly across from the bed, giving you quite a bit of warmth. There is a dresser, a door to what appears to be a closet that's very small. Other than that, nothing else really. And then you realize that you're still soaking wet.
Damien's gonna look down at himself and be like, "Oh, damn, it wasn't a dream. Where the hell am I?" Gonna kind of get up, look for his stuff.
You don't really see any of it in your immediate vicinity, but as you kind of mutter to yourself and try and stand up out of the bed, you hear an old woman's voice go, "Oh, you don't need to stand, it's fine. Get some rest, it's all right." And you see, squeezing through the door is this very, this hunched over little old lady who looks to be in, her 80s. Gray hair pulled back in this nice little bun, as she kind of is carrying a little tray of what looks to be some soup and bread. And she's with one free hand ushering you back as she's carrying this little tray, and she's like, "I brought you some food. You must be hungry after what you went through."
Can I ask you where I am?
"Oh, you're in Rockford, dear. I don't know where your ship was headed, but well, my husband is a fisherman. He found you out in the waves."
Did he cut me out of a belly?
"No? What are you talking about?"
Oh,
"I mean, you were basically sunk into the ocean floor because of your crazy armor, but he managed to dive down and get you out with the help of his assistant, or whatever he calls it. I don't know ship terms. I just wash his clothes and cook the fish that he brings home."
all right. Well, thank you very kindly for your assistance. I appeared to have, I don't know what happened. Maybe I hit my head and hallucinated. That would make a lot more sense than being swallowed by some giant monster.
"Swallowed by a monster? Are you talking about the dragon turtle?"
What is a dragon turtle?
"It's an ancient creature. We only heard stories of it, but none of us really thought it was real. We were told as children that if we wandered too far into the waves, this turtle would rise up and swallow us or something. It was, like I said, we chalked it up as our parents are trying to scare us into not diving into the waves at 2 a.m, or however late we wanted to be out. We didn't tell time back then. We didn't care, but you know how it goes."
Oh, indeed. But I will warn you. It definitely looked like a turtle.
Wonderful. I have a feeling that none of the ships are going to be leaving anytime soon once they hear about that. Oh, I've been working on drying all your clothes. The armor was pretty easy to polish off, but everything else needed to sit for a bit. You've been asleep for quite some time.
Can I ask you how long?
About a day.
Oh, I thought you can tell me I was sleeping for years. I was gonna be really upset.
Well, I would hope you wouldn't sleep for years. I don't know how a cleric would bring you back that way, but you just missed him. But he said that you'll be fine, as long as you take it easy for the next few days. Let your lungs recover. You did almost drown, after all.
Oh, crap. Alright, well, again, thank you for your hospitality. But I kind of looks around to see if he's got, like, his money and everything else with him.
And she kind of, at that, will, leaving the door open this time, place the tray of soup and bread in your hands without even asking you if you want it, and just shuffle back into what looks like a little living area where you see next to that wood stove, which is also burning, sits all of your pack, some of your clothes that were in your bag as like extras, things like that. Anything that would have been needed to dry off after like soaking in a bunch of seawater is sitting in front of that wood stove, like drying out. And you see she just goes and kind of scoops it up, like double checks to make sure it's all dry before she like folds up your clothes and places them gingerly in the pack and shuffles back over to you with it all packed. And it's just like, your armor's by the door, but here you are. If you're going to stay anywhere, I would recommend the Stormy Sail Inn and Tavern. It's just up the street. If you go to the corner and take a left, the owner is an old friend of mine. He runs a very neat establishment in comparison to some of the others.
A Stormy Inn Tavern. That sounds quite fitting, actually. Alright. He's a friend of yours. May I know your name, sweet lass?
Oh, my name is Delilah.
Delilah. That's a very pleasant name.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for your hospitality, but I do feel like laying down in a bed for a year is probably going to make me sore, so I'm gonna get up and move around a bit and go look for this tavern you mentioned.
All right, remember what the doctor said. Take it easy.
Yep, no swimming.
Yes, definitely no swimming. And she pats you kind of gently on the head as if you were like her son. You can tell she hasn't had anyone to spoil and like or take care of in quite some time.
He just smile, like reminiscing about his kids, and be like, alright, let's get going. Grabs his things and starts heading out into this town he's never been to. Kind of looks for a pamphlet of this town.
As you sort of leaf through like your things, you do see that she was able to save like most of the pamphlets that your daughter sent you. Though there are some like ink smudges now, mostly on the drawings, but on quite a bit of the writing, especially the larger font. You don't see a pamphlet for this town in particular, but you do see, if you leaf through the general pamphlet for the Sparkling Grove, you do see that it boasts it as like their key stop for all ships, since most of the rest of the Sparkling Grove, the coast is lined with trees, so people can't really get up there that easily with ships.
Alright. Yeah, he's gonna kind of like walk out into the town and look around and be like, well, I guess my daughter didn't expect me to spend much time here, now did she? Oh, bugger. Start like goes up to like the nearest person, but excuse me.
You end up wandering through the residential area of this little town for a good couple minutes before you see anybody, and you see this middle-aged fisherman carrying like a net full of fish. A young boy kind of walking beside him kind of looks up as you go, excuse me, and goes, "Oh, what can I help you with, sir?"
I'm looking for a Stormy Seas Tavern.
Oh, yeah. If you go straight into the area near the ports, and once you see the docks, just take a straight left, and once you see the sail hanging out off of a building, you can't miss it. It's huge.
Oh, well,
That's where you're going to want to go.
that makes things quite easy. I appreciate your assistance, young lad.
Of course. I take it you're new here?
Yeah, I got pulled out of the ocean a while ago. My ship was sunk. I'm never going on another boat.
Well, good luck with that one, buddy. I mean, most people around here travel by ship. It's kind of unavoidable.
Alright, then I'll take myself a jar of dirt with me so I can remember what land looks like.
You said that and all I could
I've
think
got a
of was,
jar of
I've got a
dirt."
jar of dirt.
Well, I'll be off then. Appreciate your assistance. He starts heading off.
You head off, and as you do, we cut over to the docks, and Nathan, you rolled a nat 1, right?
Yeah, big old natty one.
So then that's Thelthu.
That is me with my, I think it was an 8, but yes.
Yes, I think so. You watch as the Aurora pulls into port alongside multiple other ships, the crew making quick work of tying the ship to the dock and dropping the anchor. A buzz that you haven't been privy to since you left port almost a week and a half ago sort of fills the ship. You aren't really given a job until the captain, having sorted out all of the things that are necessary to park the ship, kind of comes up to you, a familiar rope and fishing net in his hand, and just goes, "Well, my friend, would you mind carrying these?" Once again, as we unload the ship.
Of course not. That is, well, you still have my my labor until I suppose we are fully docked, and if that is what it takes, then so be it.
Of course.
I'll take the supplies and start, unloading them, I suppose.
You'll sort of watch as he continues to give you, once again, all the really light things to carry, as his crew carries down all the heavy boxes of, like, stored goods, food, anything else that was needed for the journey, and sort of stacks it up on the dock next to the boat. Once all is sort of said and done, the captain wanders up to you again, placing a hand firmly on your shoulder, and goes, "Well, I suppose this is goodbye for now. I did want to, before you left, what you said during that fight with the bandits about me getting more omens than just little things from the stars."
And what of it?
Well, did you mean that?
Why, of course I did. I wouldn't have said it otherwise. I mean, you already take some small omens from them. You clearly must know something, or as you'd mentioned, about the sea and all that. Then you may have a talent, a gift, or they decide to shine upon you and bestow some knowledge on you. But yes, I did mean it.
Well, thank you. Outside of being a captain, I haven't had anyone really believe in me for much else. I'm not usually a religious man, and he kind of puts air quotes as he says it. Who knows? If I am getting more signs from the stars, then maybe I owe this Horikosh a visit once we hit somewhere that has a temple.
Perhaps, and, well, you say religion, the stars they are just his creation, but they are still a part of the natural order. If you can still read and give thanks to them in a way that isn't paying visit necessarily to one of his temples, which you had mentioned there was one on these islands?
Yes, Escargot Island is sort of the hub for anybody and everybody. They have a religious district that has a temple to every god. If you're looking for a surefire way to find a temple, it's going to be there.
Right. And I do remember you mentioning there's a grove here, correct?
Yes, the Sparkling Grove.
Right. Sorry, I'm just orienting myself.
No worries. There should be some tourist pamphlets around here somewhere. Oh, yeah. And he points to, like, a little shack that almost looks like one of those, like, ticket booths for, like, a ride that has, like, a little sign above it that says Tourist Center. And you see, like, a little stand sitting in front of it with a bunch of pamphlets that read, like, "Welcome to the Sparkling Grove."
Interesting.
I know. Those should have maps in them of some of the local towns and stuff that lead up towards the grove. Not many people try and go in there. I think I explained this to you because everybody gets turned around in there.
I believe so, but, well, I think I have to brave take that risk, so as you would. Your friend had mentioned it.
He kind of looks at you and goes, but if you do want to try and visit and, try your luck with getting into the grove itself, though no one has as far as I know, I'm sure after that pirate attack, my crew could use a little rest. We're probably going to camp out here for a couple days, get drunk, have fun, all that good stuff. So we'll be here for a bit. Don't rush yourself and this journey that Madame Paisley sent you on just because you want to travel with me again.
Oh, of course not. While I do, of course, appreciate the hospitality and and everything you've done for me, I am still planning on following the stars. And, well, if the journey takes longer, it will be their will. But I do hope that our paths cross again.
Of course. Before you head out, you need a place to sleep or want to get a drink with me and the boys, we'll be drinking at the Stormy Inn and Tavern.
Out of character question real quick.
Yes.
What time is it?
It's about like mid-morning, maybe like 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So not too many people are drinking at this time,
Yeah, I just wanted to know that. But either way, the other will reply, well, I think that sounds like a great idea. A good farewell and send-off, I suppose.
Then I'll see you there. And he holds out a hand for you to shake.
And he will shake it back, or shake his hand, excuse me. And I'm also, if he didn't offer, I was going to, so I'd also like to just, as I'm shaking his hand, this is more for flavor than anything, I use the Vigilant Blessing action to give him advantage on initiative rolls. Give him advantage on the next initiative roll he makes. As just I guess this doesn't say I have to do anything, but as I'm shaking his hand, and again, I'll just reiterate what I said before, in that I do believe you have a talent for following the stars. And that'll be Vigilant Blessing.
He'll kind of smile at you and nod, say, then I guess I'll have to keep following him. And with that, he'll kind of turn and address the rest of his crew as they're sort of sorting out what to do with the goods that they were asked to unload and deliver here and what they need refilled and whatnot. And he leaves you to your own devices.
Yeah, which I think is going to be getting a pamphlet from that tourist stand.
You walk up to the tourist stand and there's a kid in there, maybe like 15 or 16, like scraggly, curly hair, not even really paying attention. You see he's got what looks like a book in his hands that he's very intently like flipping through. Barely even sees you come up, and as soon as he does, like his green eyes kind of flick up to you and just goes, "Welcome to Rockford. Take a pamphlet."
Thank you. And he will.
Let me know if you have any questions. And you see him immediately bury his nose in his book as if to say, please don't ask me any questions.
I mean, I'm just ignoring that completely. Oh, I do actually have one. Where's the Stormy Inn and Tavern?
And he'll like pop his face out of the book again, set it in his lap, like very intently to keep the spot, and just goes, kind of leans slightly out the window of his little cubicle thing. If you keep going up the docks, following the edge, keep going until you see that giant sail all the way down the way.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's their sign. It's very hard to miss. They basically took the sail of their old ship and put it outside their tavern. Fun fact about this.
Well, it's a good signpost.
Definitely. It definitely attracts all the right people. Any other questions?
Well, what are the right people?
The people who want to drink and stay the night, which is most people sailing in here. It's kind of hard to miss a giant sail, huh?
Right. Well, that just implies there are wrong people to attract at this inn.
I mean, I'm sure innkeepers don't want rowdy people.
And the sail keeps those people away?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the barkeep.
Perhaps. Anyway, thank you.
Of course.
And he'll follow the directions.
You see him as you walk away to start following the directions, bury his nose in the book once again. As we transition to another ship. farther along the dock. Rubo,
I'm
you...
getting violently ill.
Yep. Yep. As you sit below deck, being sick for like the 1000th time on this miserable 6-day journey at sea.
There's nothing left. I'm throwing up just my insides at this point. Like, whole organs are just coming out.
Oof. Oh, you're gonna need a new kidney, dude.
Yeah. A new liver too, but that's unrelated.
Yeah. You start to perk up as you hear the familiar... You've been on ships enough to know the sound of when everyone's starting to steer the ship into the harbor.
Perfect.
Even if you don't go upstairs.
I think I'm still lying in my hammock, just waiting till we actually stop moving for the first time in days. And I think I'm just laying there just perfectly still. Like my hammock's probably just swaying, but I'm trying to lay as still as possible so I don't continue getting sick.
And some of the crew, as they're coming up and down to sort of grab their own stuff, just keep snickering at you as they see like how pale and green your face is.
I thought this wasn't funny.
I thought we already told you. You're the only funny one we've had on board for quite a while. I'm gonna miss you, dude.
I won't miss you at all.
Awesome.
And the dude just keeps walking and goes back up to help park the boat, hesitating for a moment, and then like sticks his head back down and goes,
If you want to get off the ship faster, you may want to, come up above deck.
Uh-huh. I'll just continue laying there. On my way.
Awesome.
I think he lies there for another few minutes and then finally rolls out of the hammock, landing face first onto the floor of the deck that he's on, and just kind of carefully like crawls towards the stairs. Very weak from the just unending bad time he's had.
all right, go ahead and make me a dexterity save as you're climbing up the stairs.
Dex save is... I have disadvantage. That's a 14 plus 4, so 18.
Nice. All right, so you start crawling your way up the stairs with what little strength you have left, ready to just be off this fucking boat. As you're sort of halfway up, you feel this one final, like, huge lurch as the boat parks itself in its designated spot in the harbor, and you are nearly thrown from the stairs. You manage to, like, scramble for purchase. The momentum of it actually throws you from crawling up the stairs to standing on your feet on the stairs, just kind of looking around like, oh, I'm standing now.
I think I'll just kind of like gain my balance and I just take off into a full sprint to get off the ship.
Yeah. You sprint up the stairs to see the rest of the crew already putting down a plank to get off the ship. And as you sprint towards it, none of them really paying you much attention.
I try to do that like cool leg first like dive, kind of the like Dukes of Hazzard slide over the car hood, but down the plank.
Amazing.
I'm just gone. I'm out of there.
And you slide coolly down this plank to come face to face with the captain.
Oh, you again.
Right. You again. The one who's been stinking up my ship for the past week.
Believe me, love, nothing's been coming up.
It doesn't matter. If you're coming with us to Escargot Island, we leave at sunup tomorrow. Don't be late.
Can we do like sun up 30?
Sunup
I don't like...
tomorrow.
Okay. Ale? Wine? Liquor? Where's it at? I just start stumbling past him.
Best place is the Stormy Inn and Tavern. Go up to the left, look for a sail.
Easy. And I just start making my way.
And as you wander away, go ahead and make me a perception check really quick.
Okay. That is a 17 plus 1. 18.
Nice. And as you're kind of stumbling away, just in need of a good drink and to get rid of the horrible wobbly sea legs, you glance back at the ship one last time, enough to notice a crowd of the crew near the railing, and you see one of them holding what looks to be like little sticks of varying lengths. And you realize that they're drawing straws for something that they really don't want to do.
Interesting. I think I just do a bow towards all of them drawing straws and then stumble back away from them towards this supposed inn.
One of them does flip you off, making you think that they're drawing straws as to who gets to clean up around your hammock properly before they set off again.
I think I see the middle finger come up, and I go, fuck it, and I just keep going. I'm done with this shit.
All right. You stumble towards the tavern, making your way up the way, seeing the big sail.
Is it how big of a sail is it?
It's literally the size of the sail of the ship that you were on, like the big merchant ship.
Okay, so it is huge.
It is a huge sail.
Okay.
You're not sure why they decided that needed to be their sign, but you see it kind of blowing in the wind as all four of you from different directions approach the door to this tavern, arriving all at about the same time.
Ooh.
Chatwin, obviously, you would be there first.
As usual. No, right. And as I've been approaching the tavern, the inn, there hasn't been like a missive board or anything like posting up work, or as I enter the tavern, like I don't see anything like that, right?
You haven't seen any of it coming up to the tavern, no. And before I just realized that nobody really gave a physical description of their characters. So as you guys are...
Right, yes, I was going to do so when we...
As you guys are kind of all approaching at the same time, I'm going to have you guys give some physical descriptions. So, Miss Gia, since you have been rolling first anyways, I'm not going to have you roll and just have you do it first this time.
We know what my role would be. It'd be some number that's
bigger
larger
number,
than everyone
person.
else's. We don't have to roll. So Chatwin is, an average height, looks maybe half elven. She has wild, curly black hair. The best I can think of is like Bellatrix Lestrange sort of hair, like kind of wild. And there's like a thick white streak running through it, and that white streak goes as well through her right eyebrow, and a section of her eyelashes on her right eye are also stained white. She's like a mid-toned skin color, but it has like a grayish hue to it. Like her skin isn't quite gray. There's a little bit of color, but it's very desaturated. Like dark eyes with like a foggy film over them. So the pupils are not black. They're sort of like a grayish white. Very sharp, like angular, intense facial features. Has like multiple layers of clothing on, like a little just like short sleeve brown tunic with like a leather harness and like a multi-layered skirt made of dark grays and blues and browns that gets down to about like the mid shin, and there's like tattered black lace on the hem. One side of the skirt is like kind of bunched up and tucked into the waistband, so one leg kind of sticks out, with really tall black socks and boots. Very prominently black elbow length gloves that she has on, with a really big black overcoat that kind of just hangs over her like a sack. Overall, just very desaturated and dark. No jewelry or anything flashy. Just seems everything about her is very much blending into the crowd as much as possible.
All right. And we'll go sort of in a circle of who's on my screen here. So, Andrew, why don't you describe Thalthu?
All right, Thalthu is, well, first, he's a lizard folk, so he has got dark green scales kind of on what would be the back of, a lizard as if it was horizontal, and the kind of yellowish-orange belly coloring. Got a nice little, I don't know what they call it on the lizards, but like a mohawk of, not scale, but that other type of material, kind of not material, but part of lizards. And night standard kind of yellow eyes. Important things to note is he's wearing a necklace of a blue crystal. And probably even more important than that, his arms and legs aren't standard lizard folk arms and legs, but yet they're encased, they are, it's hard to tell exactly, but they resemble the space in a sense. Like a starry night sky is essentially his arms and legs that operate normally, but look, far from normal. And he's just wearing a simple leather armor. It's very just Spartan, covering most of his torso, and might as well just be leather pants at that point, and no shoes, because he's got little clawed feet. I think that's everything.
All right. Nathan, go ahead and describe Rubo.
Rubo is average looking human. He looks very kind of plain, except for the fact that he's very pale and has these beautiful, like golden amber colored eyes. Pupil is just solid one color. He has kind of like long, a little past the shoulder length, black hair parted in the middle. And yeah, I think he's fairly thin. He looks a little extra thin right now because he's not eaten and thrown everything up that he's probably ever eaten. But other than that, he's pretty average looking. He kind of has this very, like Aladdin-y kind of theme, baggy pants, robe thrown over the top, this beautiful brooch pinning his kind of capey robe across his chest. And that's kind of what he looks like.
Alrighty. And last but not least, Jeremy, go ahead and describe Damien for us.
So Damien is a human. He's about 5'11". He has black hair and a black beard that looks rather scruffy. He's currently wearing just like this rather thick-looking like white shirt and some like comfortable pants, and wearing some boots. He also has a pair of gloves on that are used to protect his hands when he does forging and stuff. He's fairly muscular, kind of broad-shouldered, and on his back is like a big hiking backpack with what appears to be some shoddily made metal armor like strapped to it, and a shield.
Alrighty. All of you would kind of make note of each other as you approach this similar door. Chatwin, you would arrive first, the others kind of trailing just behind. And as you open the door to the tavern, you reveal complete and utter chaos. Someone seems to have started some sort of fight that has now pulled the entire group of patrons that inhabited the Stormy Sail Inn and Tavern into some massive bar brawl. Limbs are swinging everywhere. Chairs and tables are overturned. Glasses are shattering in the background. Some of these items that you see overturned are being grabbed hastily by random hands and turned into weapons as they sort of swing wildly at each other. This strange sort of bloodlust in their eyes. A man in his mid to late 70s seems to be the only one who hasn't succumbed to this. He's got like graying hair sort of receding from his hairline, leaving like a bald spot very close to his forehead. As you open the door and the others sort of line up behind you to enter the same place, looks up from where he's sort of holding two dwarves apart as they're swinging wildly, trying to get past him. And his eyes just go wide as he sees you, and he just goes, "You there! Help, please! I'll pay you! I don't care! Just help me stop this!"
Are you okay if any people here pass away horribly? Because if I intervene, I can't guarantee anyone's safety.
And you see him hesitate for a minute and then get shoved over by one of these dwarves who is just so desperate to get at the other one. He stands up, like brushes himself off and just goes, like puts his head in his hands and goes, "I don't care. Get rid of them, please."
It's kind of hard for me to do non-lethal, so I'm gonna pick up a chair, hold it in front of me like a shield, and kind of try to make my way to the bar and push people away from me, and I'm walking in.
So how old does Gia look, or does Chatwin look?
She looks probably like adult age, like late 20s, maybe early 30s.
Okay, then Damien's just gonna kind of like walk up beside you, pull his shield off his back, and like push people out of the way.
Okay, cool. I'll continue using my chair and just walk side by side with you.
All right. And as you start pushing through, go ahead and make me strength checks, both of you, as you're pushing through this crowd. There's maybe like 40 people in this tavern,
Tight.
just to kind of give you.
Ooh. Well, I think Damien's gonna do fine.
Ooh, me too.
You said strength check?
Yes.
It's 21.
19.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. You guys are shoving through people. Like, you've done surprisingly well, Chatwin, with using this bar stool that you've picked up as like a makeshift shield, just shoving people out of the way. And with Damien by your side, you guys are making like really good headway, kind of shoving fighters out of the way here and there. Rubo, Thelthu, what are you doing?
I think as I enter, I immediately realize it's a fight that I do not want to be involved in, and I go, I didn't know this was an orgy, and I try to make my way to the bar.
Following the two people pushing a hole.
Yeah, follow the path that we're making.
I'm trying to like just like, I don't know, bob and weave through people, and like if there's like, I don't know, someone left a drink on the table, I pick it up and start drinking it.
All right. Go ahead and make me a dexterity check for both those things, I guess.
Just straight dexterity or like acrobatics?
You can go acrobatics.
That is a 16 total.
Alrighty. Yeah. Especially with Chatwin and Damien kind of clearing a path, you're able to bob and weave pretty easily through this crowd of people. You've seen bar brawls before. Nothing quite like this. Like, this is insane. But you've seen fights break out between groups in your local tavern all the time.
Yeah.
And you see an unattended ale very quickly snatch it up off the table just before someone knocks over said table, as
I like slam it and then like drop it down like it got knocked over.
Amazing. Thelthu.
Yeah, so was that the barkeep guy loud enough that we all heard him say, hey, get rid of these people, and please try not to kill them?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I have the perfect... Is it possible that I can cast Sleep in a way that doesn't affect the three people who are not fighting, who just walked... Well, I guess they're semi-fighting by pushing people with the two. Is there possible to cast Sleep at a large group of people that won't affect the three newcomers? And maybe the barkeep as well, actually, that might be important.
Sleep affects the lowest hit point creatures in a radius.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot... Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to radius it. The 20-foot radius that won't hit the friendly people, or neutral, I guess is a better term. I don't know how big the bar is and such things like that.
Yeah. I mean, the bar room is pretty big. You would be able to, if you moved over to the right side, the barkeep immediately, once Chatwin and Damien started shoving their ways through the crowd, kind of ducked in line to follow them, realizing that this was his only chance to sort of escape the craziness. So he's also maneuvered himself out of the way, but you would be able to, if you moved over to sort of the right side of the bar, avoid where they were sort of carving a path in, and you would be able to get a decent amount of people.
Okay. Is there a clear path to the right side, or am I going to have to attempt to push my way through?
You're going to have to attempt to push your way through. Go ahead and make me a strength check.
Okay.
Or you can use athletics if you would like.
So how many could I get if I just stay by the door? Because I'm not confident.
Don't worry about putting us to sleep. It's fine.
I got a plan as well, so hopefully it works.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
You could probably get a solid 8 to 10.
That's fine. You know what? That's good enough, and it doesn't put me in direct making a fool out of myself. I will do it. So yes, I will cast Sleep at 2nd level.
Okay.
I have to roll... Oh my god, that's 7 d8s. This is going to take a second. I only have 4. Okay, first set.
Oh boy.
That is a 6. Plus 2 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. That's 3 more I have to roll. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Yes, because it's 5d8s plus 2, 7. 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay, that is an 8 plus 2 plus 4, so that's 12, 14, 27 hit points worth of people, starting with the creature that has the lowest current HP.
Okay. Yeah, you watch as all 8 of the people that you were kind of aiming at drop. One of them was a bit of a bigger and burlier man, and he starts snoring as he sort of curls up on the ground. The others, various wounds, like all over their bodies, kind of just flop onto the floor and just like start, their breathing slows. And they are now passed out in the middle of this area of the floor as the rest of the bar fight rages around them. Everybody roll initiative for me, please.
Yeah, once we get to like the middle of the bar, I'm gonna do some stuff.
As Stealthy was casting the spell, he would have just said, and I thought the sale was to keep out the wrong kinds.
It's a dirty 20.
14.
It's a filthy, dirty 20.
Nice.
Disgusting.
Nasty 20.
Filthy 20.
Okay.
Were we in the radius of that sleep spell?
No, you were not.
Okay, I was about to say.
You would have managed to push your way through enough that you were not in the...
Even if I was, it wouldn't have affected me, so.
Yeah. You're a reborn. You don't need to sleep.
Yeah, magic can't put me to sleep.
What is sleep? Chatwin don't like it.
Yeah, magic can't put us to sleep. We're fully good.
All right. Did anybody roll above a 20?
I got a 20.
Awesome. 20 to 15?
I got a 15.
Awesome.
Someone get 10 and then someone get 5?
15 to 10?
I got a 10.
I got a 14.
Oh.
Amazing. So Damien and then Chatwin.
Number 1 in everything but initiative.
Yep. All the good
Hell yeah.
rolls were used up. You're now at the bottom of
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm rolling like shit.
I know.
I got shitty decks, so.
Well, my dice decided to be mean and I rolled a nat 20 for this thing's
Oh.
initiative. So it is the bar brawlers who are going first.
Bring it on, motherfucker.
The payback starts early, I see.
I guess so.
Mm.
Blame the dice, not me. I'm kidding.
I blame you.
I at least have part. I am part to blame. The dice gods.
I blame
are the other
Vinny.
Part.
It's Vinny's fault.
Yes, it is all Vinny's fault. For context, guys, Vinny is my dog.
I blame everything on Vinny.
He is laying by me, eagerly like, kill them all, Mom.
Vinny BBG confirmed.
Oh, yes. But, Chatwin, Damien, what are your ACs?
11.
At the moment, without my armor, I'm 12.
Oh, boy.
It's fine. I'm a beefy boy.
I'm not. I'm not a beefy boy.
As you guys are kind of pushing through, you see some of the fights start to get sort of closer and closer. And Damien, a stray bar stool swings your way as a taller man is swinging down at this short little dwarf that was at the bar. Does a 19... Well, a 19 hits, because you said your armor class is 12 without the
Yep.
thing. For reference, for all of you who are wondering, I am actually using a Cobalt press book that a dear friend of mine, Andrew, decided to send me.
I was saying, like, as you were describing and started like rolling stats and things, I'm like, wait, I think I remember seeing a thing for like a mob of like a bar fight enemy. I remember that stat block now. Not the specifics, but I remember it existing.
Yes. I figured I would use it, but I didn't. These things do a lot of damage. Holy shit. Alright. And the bar stool comes down on your head, just thump, for 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And from the opposite side, Miss Chatwin, as you sort of shove through this mob of humans sort of trying to wrestle each other to the ground, you sort of throw all three of them off balance, and one stands up, looks to the side, and sees like a broken beer bottle on the ground, grabs a part of it, and sort of runs at you with it. Does a 17 hits, correct? You said your armor class is 11?
Yes, 17 hits. I was trying to think if 17 is what you rolled? Yeah. Okay. I'll
Yes.
take the hit.
Alrighty. And he sort of brings it down on your arm just past where you're holding the chair as a shield to do 9 points of slashing damage.
As he hits with that glass bottle, what he sees is when the glass impales into my arm, the flesh around it ripples for a bit, does not bleed, and then absorbs the piece of glass into my flesh.
And he just kind of looks at it, both like a mixture of horrified and confused, as he sort of stands there in front of you. Now,
Who the fuck are you?
sans weapon, and he just goes, "Who the fuck are you?"
Who the fuck are you? You just attacked me with the fucking...
Yeah, you shoved me.
That's what I'm doing in response.
Yeah. And
I just argue with this man.
and you hear Santhavek kind of in your head, and it's just like, "This idiot has no brain. Just end him already." As we cut to Rubo, it is your initiative first.
Who's closest to me? Like, do I see like some bad dudes, like some guys that want to fight close to me?
Yeah, there's a couple guys trying to jump on top of and tackle down this like big Goliath that ended up in the middle of all of this, pretty close to you. There's a halfling and a gnome wrestling on the floor, like to your left.
Okay.
It's crazy in here. There's people fighting everywhere.
I just shout out to the big Goliath. Hey, these two little ones just called you a cuckold. And I try to like dip away from the fight.
All right. Go ahead and let's see. I'm going to say make me a persuasion check to kind of try and goad the Goliath into fight him.
Yeah. That is a 19 plus 8. 27.
Nice.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Goliath immediately looks to you, literally like shrugging his shoulders, and the two guys that were on top of him just immediately fall off of his shoulders. And he looks at you and he goes, "Who said that?"
The littlest ones right here. There's like you said there's like a gnome and a halfling?
Yeah. And he kind of looks down at them, growls, and then just runs up and is like, "Roar!" And
Cool. I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage, and then I will move as far away from this fight as possible, even if I'm like up against the wall.
You should.
All right. You start moving away from the fight, and you realize that as you start to move back, you realize that it's getting a lot easier to sort of move in the space. And then you look down and you realize that you've wandered out of the fighting completely to where you see 8 people all curled up on the ground asleep.
Perfect. I lay down on the ground and pretend to be asleep. Wait, is there an ale on the table I could like lay down with?
I'm gonna make you choose one for your turn. You can either swipe
Okay.
the ale or lie down on the ground.
No. I'll just plop down on all these people like it's a
You
bed.
go prone on a bunch of
Pretend to be asleep.
unconscious.
All right, make me a deception check, please.
Okay. Deception plus 6, 19.
All right. You're pretty sure as you lie back that you can convince everybody that you're asleep.
Yeah, nobody gets in a fight with the people that are just magically knocked out.
There you go. All right. Thelthu, we shall move to you.
Okay. So, two options here. First one is I'll do sleep at second level again, but is there another 20-foot grouping of people that won't hit any of the, other two neutral people?
I mean, again, if you stick to like the one side of the bar, there is definitely, if you move further in past the people that you already put to sleep,
Okay.
there's probably another grouping of like 6 people that you could get without hitting Chatwin or Damien.
Okay. So are those 6 people in like a 10-foot radius of each other? Because I have another spell I could also, in theory, use.
Yes, they are.
Okay. Now I have to decide if making them prone with Earth Tremor will be enough to incapacitate them to not fight each other, but I'm leaning towards it might not. So I'm going to once again, 2nd level, sleep them.
Okay.
And I'll move into the bar, as you said, if I, over the sleeping people and the one convincingly sleeping person.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, so
you would have to make a perception check to be able to tell that he's not asleep, but
yeah,
I don't think you.
I don't. It's not that important.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 7 plus 1 is 8.
Move me to sleep if you want.
Oh wait, 8. Shoot. Sorry, I'm terrible at math. 6 plus 1 is 7, so 14. That's 19. And then for the other 3 that I roll, 19 plus 6 plus 7 plus another 7. Okay, so that's... Oh god. I should have a calculator for this, honestly. I was not prepared to roll this many dice on the first session. Okay, 19 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6 is a 39 this time.
Jesus.
39. Wow.
39 for those 6 people.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, they're asleep. They're boom out.
Okay. Yep. Just gonna shout, can't we all just calm down? This is supposed to be a place for the right people, not whatever. I don't know what's happening.
Alrighty. And we move to Damien.
Damien's gonna kind of look at Chatwin and be like, "Excuse me, little lady," and turn around and be like, "All of you little nanny, shut the fuck up!"
Fuck.
And I'm gonna try and intimidate them.
All right, roll me an intimidation check, please.
Come on, dice. I'm good at intimidating. That is a 17.
17. Okay. You manage to get their attention for like a split second, and you see literally everyone in the bar freeze and look over at you.
Alright, you're all gonna fucking stop, and I'll buy everyone drinks. Sit the fuck down!
And the Goliath kind of looks at you, looking up from beating the shit out of this gnome and halfling. And he's kind of like, "What if I don't wanna?"
If you don't want to, come take a swing at someone your own size, you big pansy.
And you see a smirk appear on his face, and then just a round of cheers around the bar as all the fighting resumes as this Goliath barrels towards you.
Cool.
Anything else you would like to do?
No. I figured that, offering drinks would get people to stop. I guess it didn't.
I'm sorry, they rolled an 18 on their wisdom save. They were just above.
Damn.
Bastards.
Alrighty. If there is nothing else, Miss Chatwin, it is now your turn.
Where's the highest concentration of people? That doesn't include any of my fellow bystanders in it. That a 15-foot cone can fit.
As it would so happen, about 10 feet to your left, there's a group of like 6 dudes going at it. They're definitely the most isolated from everyone else who's like in the middle of the bar at this point. But it is also the largest concentration you could get in a cone without hitting Damien or Thalthu.
Interesting. I'm going to, in the middle of arguing with this man, who the fuck are you? I just walk into a bar, you just would stab someone who walks into a bar, like, no questions asked, you don't even know this person, and you just, give me one moment. I'm going to take the chair that I was using as a shield, set it on the ground, stand on it, turn towards that concentration of people, and just like, burning hands them.
Oh boy.
I need them all to make a dex saving throw.
Alrighty.
I don't have non-lethal spells.
Oh boy.
I don't have a way to incapacitate people. It's just this.
That is fair. That is
It's just
fair.
doom.
That is a 17 for the save.
Okay, so they succeed, but they're still going to take half damage. Not fucking around. Okay. Ooh, shit. Good thing they succeeded. Holy fuck. So that's going to be 17 halved to okay, so it's gonna be 8 points of damage as just a fucking tidal wave of like rainbow chromatic fire. All of them just in a grouping. And I cast that and then look back at the bartender or whoever it was and be like, I'm assuming you're going to have to be okay with this. And I'm going to hop down from the chair and continue arguing with this guy. Sorry, anyways, what I was saying, someone just walks into a building and you just stab them out of nowhere because that's what everybody else is doing? What the fuck is going on in your head?
And yeah, this guy had been trying to argue back with you, like, well, you shoved me with a chair and like stuff like that, and trying to talk over you as you were talking about like, what the fuck are you doing? But you watch as his jaw just drops as this burst of fire just extends from your hand in these like strange colors that he's never seen outside of like lights before.
One of my eyes goes, it moves to the left on its own for a second, completely independent of the other, and then flickers back to him.
And he just like stares at you, looks over at the guys that you set on fire who are like screaming and trying to pad out their clothes, like no longer concerned with fighting each other, just trying to put the fire out as much as possible. Someone makes the mistake of trying to pour an ale on somebody else. It does not work.
He's just looking at me, the eye, and then behind me there's all the people burning, and then all of a sudden there's a
Yeah, and you see this guy stare at you, drop what little was left of this beer bottle that he was holding, and you see this dark spot start to appear on his pants as he like looks at you for another second and then runs into the crowd of fighting people, just trying to push his way through to the front door of the bar.
I'm neutral good. Thought I'd share that with you guys.
Neutral on murder.
Hands rated E for everyone. Get fucked. That's the end of my turn.
Amazing. Awesome. And we come back to the people fighting as they try and make a couple.
I do apologize. That was my alarm that I had set.
Amazing. That wasn't terrifying at all.
That's the sound that plays through the tavern right now.
Yes. As this tiny little gnome with blood on his face from being punched multiple times stands up with a couple of darts that you would throw at a dartboard in his hand. And he's gonna throw one at you, Chatwin, and one at you, Thelthu.
Understandable.
Chatwin, that is an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yes, and so a dart stabs into like your shoulder as you stand on this chair for 2 points of piercing damage. And Thelthu, the other dart, flies in your direction. Does a 17 hit?
Sure does. I have an AC of 11.
Oh boy. Everyone's got such low
Yeah.
AC in this game. Oh no.
Who needs
Okay.
armor?
Who needs armor?
No, my AC's
I
not
mean,
bad.
With armor, I'm rocking a 20. So.
I'm not proficient in armor.
Ouch.
I have a 16. I just don't fight, so.
But yeah, this other dart comes flying and hits you, Thelthu, like straight in the chest as you're
Oh,
just about finished putting these other people to sleep for 7 points of piercing damage.
okay. Ouch.
That was a rough one, but that is their turn. So, Rubo, it's back to you. Or are you just gonna keep sleeping?
Okay. Is there a clean shot to the bar?
I think with the amount of people Thelthu's put to sleep, You could probably make your way through. I would need you to make like an acrobatics check to avoid all the bodies on the floor, though.
Okay. That is 18 plus 2. Oh, disadvantage. Okay. 15 plus 2 is 17.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to very easily sort of like bounce through.
Cool. And then so I get to the bar, and then I want to like scan this group of people fighting. Does it look like anybody's going to try to make their way over towards me? Like, I don't know if I like insight or something. I want to see, like, does it look like they're going to leave me alone over here, or are they going to try to draw me into this?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an insight check.
Insight is plus 5, so that is 12 plus 5 is 17.
Alrighty. With that 17, you go ahead and you start glancing around, and you see a couple people look up at you as they're in the middle of fights, but nothing screams in their looks like, I want to fight you right fucking now, let's go. It's more like, oh, there's a person moving, and then they get like slammed in the face with a fist or something. Most people are occupied at this point.
Okay. I will just prepare an action to use an ability if someone tries to come near me. That's all I'm doing.
All right.
It's in secret.
And with that, Mr. Thelthu,
Okay, so
you've been stabbed by a dart.
it's quite painful, but there's currently a fire. Okay, so did the fire spread to the floor? Are things on fire right now, or is it just the people?
It's more the people right now. It hasn't quite gotten to spreading to the wall or the floor or anything that they're around.
I mean, if there's any flammable objects in that 15-foot cone that aren't worn or carried, it ignites those as well. So
Oh, does it?
maybe
Okay.
if you yeah.
There are a few bar stools and stuff on fire then, yeah.
Okay. That's what I was worried about, because I'm assuming this building's made of wood.
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
That big sail, that's the sign. That's surely not flammable, right? That big ship sail?
Yeah. So follow-up question. I don't know. I guess this is a mechanics question or a DM ruling. Could Gust possibly put out some flames? The options on Gust are: I can seize air and compel it to create one of the following effects. I can push a medium or can make a medium or smaller creature succeed a strength saving throw or be pushed 5 feet away. I can create a small blast of air capable of moving one object that is neither held nor carried and that weighs no more than 5 pounds. It can be pushed 10 feet. Or I can create a harmless sensory effect using air.
Yeah, I would say you could use Gust to... You wouldn't be able to get all of the guys who are on fire put out, but I would say that... Well, you would have to choose, because one Gust, I would say, would either put out the fire that's on the men that Chatwin set on fire, or it would put out the fire on all the bar stools.
Okay, so I'm more worried about the bar stools because you said that the people were attempting to pat themselves out, so I have hope for them. Not so much for the bar stools that could spread to the building, so I will go with the cast Gust on the bar stools to attempt to save the building and not kill us all by smoke inhalation.
All right.
Well, I guess not all of us. Not needing to breathe and all that. Yeah.
Just don't breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. Yeah. But yes, that's the plan.
Fuck everyone else. We're fine.
All right. And you go ahead and let this gust of wind escape from your hand, and you watch as all the bar stools are cleared of any flame that could possibly spread to other areas. Anything else?
And is anyone like approaching me, or there's just that? I mean, obviously I got hit by a dart, but is anyone coming to like smack me, or like looks like they're coming to smack me? Because if so, I'll like just move away. But if not, I mean,
not at this particular moment. No.
Then yeah, he'll hang out kind of amidst the first group of sleeping people, and just kind of, the wrong crowd got invited after all. It's terrible shame.
Question: can I just like reach back and put my hand in one of my gauntlets?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna reach back, put my hand in my gauntlet, step up, and try to knock the teeth out of this fucking Goliath.
Alrighty, roll me to hit. Jeremy! Is that what I think it is?
I don't want to kill him. Can I make it like non-lethal?
You can.
Okay.
What a fucking Iron Man moment. Just the gauntlet. Fucking
Wait,
rip
did
this
you-
guy's jaw off with your
rolled a
nat 20
20.
that you absolutely just got.
No, I don't want to kill.
I didn't want to
geez.
kill him. I'm using a thunder gauntlet. Like,
Oh god. Look, it'll be fine. I have
Okay.
spared the dying. That was my plan. If any of these people die, I'll save them. Or
it's a D8 plus 2, so it's 6 plus 2 is 8. And how do you do crits?
Double the dice. Or the roll so roll the normal amount of dice and then double whatever you got.
Okay, so 6, double that to 12 plus 2, so 14. 14 damage to the face.
Ouch.
And it's a thunder gauntlet, so it makes a big boom sound when it hits somebody.
Yeah, you all hear this thunderous boom erupt from the middle of this crowd of people.
It was supposed to scare people more than it was supposed to try and kill somebody.
Yeah, a few people do look up in shock as this giant Goliath then like head cracks back and it just teeters backwards and falls.
And he's just like, "Are we done? Do you want a drink or not?" Jesus.
Roll me a intimidation check, please.
That's a 9 plus 3 is a 12.
Yeah, so they all look at you. Look at the Goliath on the floor. There's about like 5 of them left now.
Scare the piss out of 5 people.
Aside from, of course, the people that Chatwin set on fire. And they just go, can we still get those drinks, please?
Yeah, bartender, drinks for everyone, please. Me specifically. Sits down at the bar, just like, fuck. Takes the gauntlet off, puts it back where it belongs.
And you guys watch as the bartender, shaking with a combination of shock and rage. Both shock at how powerful the people who walked into his bar to save his ass were. And also...
I'm very powerful. Clearly.
Oh, clearly. As well as rage at the state of his bar. Just sort of silently shuffles behind the bar and just goes, "What can I get you?" And that's where I'm gonna leave it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah! I want to keep playing.
I know, I do too, but we can't.
It's time.
Soon.
I want to scare the shit out of more strangers.
Soon enough.
Thank you all so much for listening. If you want to find more of us, we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Chronicles of Kriath Pod. And don't forget to join us next week to see what becomes of this crazy bar fight that just went down. Thank you all again for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.